I've been using this for a month now, and here are my thoughts on the Apple Watch Ultra. And I want to put this into three categories: the design, how it's been holding up, the battery, and just the functionality of the Apple Watch. And so first, let's dive into the design. So looking at my Apple Watch here, there's only a couple scratches. I got the black version, and honestly, I love the watch bands. I got the Ocean Loop, and that's been super nice. It's a little bit of a learning curve to get on just because it's kind of weird. It takes a second. It's a little bit harder to do, but other than that, it's been great. Since I got the black, the stainless steel's coming through. I've scratched a little bit, and so there's a little bit of scratch, but not too bad. There's also been a couple scratches just on the band metal piece that holds it together too. But other than that, the design has been pretty good. No necessarily complaints there. Screen, no scratches. That's been good. And so that brings me into the battery life of this thing. And that's one of the big things I've noticed moving from my old Apple Watch to this one, and that has been the battery life. The battery life on this lasts me probably 36 hours, what they say, what Apple claims, because I use it to sleep, I'll use it to track my workouts, and I usually charge it when I'm in the shower. And that's also another thing, this thing charges fast. And so compared to the older Apple Watches, this thing has been awesome. I can get 30-40% in like 10-15 minutes, and that's super nice because with the Apple Watch, you know, you want to be wearing it, and so the faster it charges, the faster you can put it on. And so that has been a very nice feature. Like right now, currently 38%. I haven't charged it today. I slept with it last night. I was charging it yesterday, so I'll throw it on today for 20 minutes and I'll be good for another day. So that's been super nice. So I would definitely say the battery is something that is super helpful, especially with these watches, because when you have a bad watch on the battery, like the previous generations, I started with the OG Apple Watch, then had the 5, now I have this. When you have a bad battery, you have to charge it always at night. And that can be really annoying, especially if you do a long workout. You're kind of worried about the battery life because you don't want it to die or anything like that. So having the peace of mind knowing that your Apple Watch is going to last you the entire day and night, and you're not gonna have to worry about charging it. The third one is functionality, and I wanna break this into a couple of subsections within this, and I wanna talk about some of the features that I've liked and just how it works in my workflow. So recently I've been trying to take a cold plunge, and so when you get into the water, it tells you your depth, it tells you the water temperature, it tells you how long you've been in the water. And this is a feature that they made for like divers and all that stuff. Honestly, I've found that super helpful because I go in the water and it's nice just to know how cold it is. And so it'll tell me that, also tell me how long I've been in there. And usually you have to wait maybe 5 seconds for it to recognize that you're in the water. But once it does, you're good to go. But I've actually really liked that feature. And I've also really liked the quick action button right here. That's actually been super helpful. So I have it clicked, so when I hit it, it opens my workouts, because that's what I'm using it for the most. So I can hit that and it'll just take me straight to the workout app, and I can go and click my runs, my lifts, or whatever it may be. And that has been super nice because it's you know, one more click to get it without using the action button. But with the action button, it's just a lot faster. I can just click and go, which is super nice. I also do like the UI that's on the Apple Watch Ultra. So I'm currently using one of their UIs built for the face of the Ultras, where it shows like the altitude. I just kind of like the aesthetic of it. And so I would say that's a good utilization of the screen, but just having that feature for the Ultra users just to make it feel more Ultra-ish, because these are very similar to the old Apple Watches. So having a key distinction kind of makes it fun, makes it nice. Here's another one. I do feel like that heart rate sensor has worked a little bit better than the previous models. It's just got better sensors. And I'm coming from the Apple Watch Series 5, I think is what it was. And so coming from that, this Apple Watch has definitely had a better sensor, and it's just better at tracking, and it tracks it a little bit faster and more often than the other ones. And so that has been a super nice feature. This one is kind of a small one, but if you ever use your Apple Watch to call people, this one has a nice speaker on it. I've only used it like 2 or 3 times, but that is a nice feature that they've had. So if you're into that, but overall, like I said in the previous video, I would keep my thoughts pretty in line with what I said, because I think this is a great watch, whether you're using for casual use or you're an actual ultra user and you're doing crazy stuff like doing crazy hikes or dives or whatever it may be. Go for it. I love this watch, and especially for someone who works out, this thing's been awesome. It's been great. Honestly, not a ton of complaints from my end, but if you've had any issues or maybe some of the things that you've liked, comment them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.